Thank you for the intro. It's really a pleasure to be here. Obviously, some of other guests are with the artificial intelligence somewhere. Andreas, really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Andrey.
First of all, let's do quick intro. What you do, who you are.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you all for being here. This is gonna be a very nice conversation, so feel free to ask a lot of questions at the end as well. I'm Andres. I'm one of the founders of Swiset. In Swiset, we help brokers, traders to be better at trading through AI analytics and actionable insights. We also help props and brokers be better through AI detecting fraud and a lot of things regarding, yeah.
Okay, that's really cool. So it's actually naturally, let's speak about this. How your company adopt AI, how you start using it, how this help your business grow and also help other businesses through your company growing.
Do you remember Monte Carlo simulation?
Actually, I'm coming from the risk part of the
Okay.
world, so I know really well what's going on. And actually, now we are doing such kind of simulations for some of our portfolio. So, yes.
So I guess that was like one of the first thing that we started to do as something related with AI, and most of the people trying to understand what is gonna be ahead, something, right? And we did it in Swiss, trying to understand the behavior of the trades. Even though that every trade is a new one, you also want to see how's gonna be my performance if I keep trading like this, or what else can I do different to have less risk, or what can I do different to have better performance. So we start to apply data science, understanding those, like the specific sweet spot in terms of trading, like not just a simple risk reward ratio, win ratio, more to understand, hey, when you are trading this specific asset at this specific time, you're very good. You have to keep doing it. And I remember the first time that I was trying to be better trading after I lost a couple of accounts. You know how it is.
We all know how other things are.
and I just realized a simple thing that maybe a lot of the traders don't ask themselves. And is, what if I stop trading, I don't know, from half an hour? Or what if I just start trading in more volatile markets or in less volatile markets? And the trading analytics show me that I have to stop trading the first half hours of the market when the US market opened. And I switch my whole performance, and I start to be profitable after that. It was a small change, but that was the beginning of everything.
Okay, so this is a really good example of how and how develop this. I mean, how create this as a product or something which you help. Obviously, you are working with a lot of brokerage companies. How this help the brokers to be more, how can I say, to be better place for the traders?
So at the end, I guess the traders wants to earn money, as most of us wants, but you don't know and you don't have the capabilities to understand how to do it properly. You know, most of the times you just realize, okay, this strategy is working good, but you don't put a lot of attention in terms of risk or in terms of what should I stop doing, you know? And that's what we do. We send direct, actionable insights regarding your own behavior to say, hey, Andrew, I saw you like gold, but when you're trading gold on Fridays, that's the worst day. Stop doing it. You know, those specific actionable insights, that was the beginning of everything.
Sounds really excited, by the way. And how, because obviously all of us, we start using AI one way or another. I noticed that some tools which are based on AI start being even more complicated in terms of interface, in terms of user-friendly experience. So what do you think that can be done to solve this problem?
Well, I guess this is where one of the main difficulties in terms of applying AI to different business areas, and is how to do it properly so the end client, when we are using it, you don't feel it, you know? And it's called like invisible AI. And I like, for example, have you seen Grammarly, the app? Grammarly,
Yes, yes.
like for translations, like you type a wrong word and they, oh,
Immediately change it.
yes, that's the AI we need to start applying. That you don't feel as an AI, you know?
Yeah, because I can give you other examples. Let's say these chats which are based on AI. From time to time, they are really frustrating. I mean, I really can easily can be lost there.
Yes, but and in this case, trying to see like how else we can like do that kind of UX writing that feels like a person, not an AI, or included as an invisible one, just as the one that I told you. Another good example that I like is Notion. Notion AI, for example, that you can like build a lot of stuff just by typing it, and they understand. Oh, you want this, and it's because it's integrating you with your own workflow. So as soon as we keep pushing AI, but really mix it with the normal things that we do, it's gonna be all over the place.
Okay, and yeah, I had the feeling that start being more innovative and start implementing AI. From time to time, we are making mistakes that we implementing AI where it's not needed, and we are, skipping the part where we need to do it step by step, slowly, slowly educate the system, educate the process, study the process, where it's okay to put the human touch, let's say, or something like this. So, and because you mentioned also that you are helping prop companies, prop industry as well. It's quite popular in Latam, especially. So there, I guess there are a lot of room of improvement in terms of AI implementation in this type of business, which is obviously quite similar with the brokerage business.
Yes, I guess one of the first things that apply AI was like KYC. They have to do it to understand the picture that you send, like who's the person, if everything is good, and validate that information, right? Now you also can do that kind of things with a lot of things that the trader does as the trading activity. So for example, the props, they need to understand which trader is going to be really good, so they're literally funded, or which one are trying just to, have that kind of bad practices in terms of fraud, such as hedging, martingale, and some kind of practices that most of the props don't allow. By recognizing some patterns, you are able to also spot those kind of things. So I guess that's another thing that you can start implementing in terms of AI.
Okay, and back to my problems with the chat agents.
Okay.
Uh, do you think that these AI chats can really replace the human interaction? Obviously, now it's not possible because we need to educate these agents. But do you think that in the recent future we can really communicate with the AI agent without any problem and to understand all the problems which I'm having with the particular service? Never mind if it's FX or if it's something else.
I will say that depends on the context. There are simple answers that you need that help you guide you through the process. And more of the B2C answers, you could find it easily in a FAQ, and an AI could help you out. However, most of the custom solutions, the ones that you really need to understand something, I guess that's the room for the human touch. And I think it's not gonna be replaceable like anytime soon, because at the end this is what we like as well, trying someone else to talk to understand your feeling, to understand your pains, and be able to fully see what you can do for him, instead of just, okay, this is the questions that I got, try to fill out something. No, at the end you need someone else. So even though that, especially in customer success, AI is like all over the place, I think that still in B2B, institutional, there is a lot of room still for the human touch be there.
Yeah, I actually shared your opinion 100%, to be honest. I mean, AI can be really useful for, to react fast, to make the client relax that, her case is, in the queue. But at the end of the day, at some point, human need to start being on the spot, let's say.
Yeah, and also because the relationships are based in like the trust that you got and the confidence that you can build with someone at the end. So that's why I think even though already most of the CS are being replaced by AI, we still need this, and we still need this kind of expos and this kind of places where you met like people and you can get the time and the chance to talk to them and understand everything, not just an answer to a chat and that's it.
Yeah, totally agree. Uh, about the again, speaking about AI and how this new trend can help the business in general. Do you think that there are specific roles in the companies in our business which can be really replaced by AI and others which are actually non-replaceable, let's say? For example, you can use your company as an example. Where you start implementing AI, which let's say departments are how I mean taking advantage of using AI.
Yeah, I guess this is something that all of the companies need to start thinking about. We were discussing yesterday in a dinner, and this is the right moment to start doing it. Even though if you are a financial company, you are not a tech company, all the companies need to start implementing AI at least to be better, faster in terms of productivity. So we are teaching and providing a lot of resources to our team internally for them to know how to use it. Of course, I get a lot of times some, I don't know, content that I spot and see that was made for AI. I know I told my people, like, you did this through ChatGPT. I won't like blame him at the end because it's what I taught him, right? But still, I guess we all need to do it. And we all need to start thinking how to be like having a better performance as a human being. And I guess this is where AI help you a lot. Even though that the copies, for example, for a content creation, you can get it through ChatGPT. At the end, you need to apply something else for making it better.
Do you think that now the really the skill must be how to work or how to use the AI thing
Okay.
because in my company I can give also example. We are now doing we are having a dedicated IT team doing some things in developing our quant portal, our CRM, our dashboard for the prop, etc. 5 years ago, what we are doing now with 5 people, probably 20 people will be not enough 5 years ago. So actually, but how we start doing this, it actually we spent a lot of time to do a proper education of ourselves, how to start using ChatGPT or some other AI tools which are helping, creating some basic code or creating some ideas or creating some, I don't know, even design or some other things. We spent a lot of time, even we did a courses, education process to start really using these tools properly, to take 100% of their skills, let's say. So, do you think that actually these skills to know how to use the AI is now really thing which we need to invest ourselves in this?
Completely. Like I'm thinking about one of the biggest budget that brokers, props, and companies have, that is marketing. And you spend a lot of budget in marketing for ads, for going to an expo or having purchased some traffic online, and then you ask someone from your team to show you how was the results. You know, normally you will get like at the end of the month to see a PowerPoint and about how were the leads, or maybe a spreadsheet. Nowadays the marketing team is able to create full live dashboard with low code or no code about how's the performance. And I think the companies that don't adapt to these kind of changes are gonna be the one left behind. So I'm thinking about like two specific apps. I don't know if someone from the audience have like listened to this. Like one is very new that is called Lovable. In Spanish is like Lovable. that is like 3-4 months old, and you can build full apps with no code, like just by a prompt.
Drag and drop, basically.
No, a prompt, just as a gen agent. And just imagine that, you know. And there is another one called N8N, N8N, that also helps you connect your API, let's say from your own CRM, Salesforce, to Facebook, to ChatGPT, and to a spreadsheet. And you can start building a lot of flows and get an optimized funnel in terms of the upper funnel or middle funnel. So at the end, I think that marketing especially and a lot of things that we used to hire someone else to do it, now the own team can be able to do it. So this is huge. And the teams has to start thinking how to keep implementing, because it's getting a better team and a better company with the same team.
Okay, and because obviously, actually, it's my first time in Mexico. I'm super positive about this country. I'll start being a frequent visitor here. Do you think that in this region, in general in Latam, there are any specific things which are not, let's say, implemented in terms of AI in Europe, for example, or in Asia? I mean, are there any how can I say differences because of the language, because of the culture, because of the mentality, or all the different regions can be implemented? I mean, can implement AI the same way?
I think when we think about Asia, we realize that they are better doing code, you know, and we say, yeah, they are the ones who do the code. And we're better in, I don't know, being more creative or something like that. But at the end, these kind of apps that I just told you are the ones helping you get more and more capable of providing better solution, even without you knowing how to use it. So I guess what LATAM from Mexico to Argentina has to keep doing is getting better, just learning how to apply your own thoughts to an agent who helps you create things that you don't know how to create, and even that you can create it faster than an engineer. So I guess not just us as a company has to invest in this kind of technology, but also the states and the same governments needs to understand how someone could learn how to speak English just talking with ChatGPT or GPT-4. You know, a friend of mine does while he was driving. So he put ChatGPT in voice, and they start to think and say, "Hey, correct me every word that I'm saying wrong in terms of English, and let's talk about science, about history." You know, so getting the mindset that we need to keep being better as a human beings for the sake of getting better as well. That will be very good for Latin especially. So I think learning and having the mindset to study properly technology and AI will be a game changer for that.
Okay, and now I'm going to my favorite topic, regulations. Do you think that we need to, I mean, look at the AI as a part of the regulation world? So do you think that we need to regulate somehow the AI? Are you aware of some, developments in this direction?
Yes, I think there should be something. I don't know what exactly, but I think definitely even the same creators, you know, the same Sam Altman from OpenAI, and the same people who is building the technology, the same Microsoft, the same Apple with Siri and so on, the same Musk with Grok, all of them has to be helping the lawmakers, because every time it's getting harder to, first of all, realize what is different between AI and not. You know, last week we have a fake news about Trump and tariffs, and the market was like crazy, and they will keep happening. And there's gonna be a point where you literally don't see if it's a fake news or it's not. This is regarding content, but it's also gonna be about like identity, for example. So I think definitely there should be some regulations, and yeah.
Okay, so never mind that if in a
What do you
forex
think?
or
What about Europe? You are the one living in Europe. Europe is the more
when we put Europe, we always put next to Europe regulations.
yes.
Never mind if it's forex or if it's bottle of water or whatever, there will be regulations for everything. So Yeah, there are some developments in this. Luckily, still not ready, but I'm sure that there will be some regulations. Okay, of course, regulations. I mean, it's not needed also to be a bad thing, because, for example, for our industry, it's good to have some at least basic regulation where to put some rules and to protect traders and retail investors from some, let's say, unfair practices. It's pretty
Yes.
much the same with the AI. I guess there must be some standards, because you start speaking openly with Chat GPT, for example, for everything. You start sharing some thoughts. I heard about things that based on the logic which you are having in the on the back end of the Chat GPT, there can be some strange recommendations. So that's why I think that maybe at some point there, I mean, some standards, some best practices must be implemented, but not something crazy as over regulated everything as usual.
Yes, I agree as well. As you were saying, the hallucinations that normally the agents and the algorithms can do. Mm, yeah, I guess Europe will be the first, as always. But
We are doing our best.
as you said, I guess as is not like a lot of strength, you're gonna put a lot of barriers for a lot of players to entry. And that's the bad thing that normally happens. Like the bigger ones entry and the ones that are left behind already, they have to go and be and get the full. So this is the right time as well for us, the builders, to start like implementing the solution before everything gets like tough in terms of regulation. But definitely it must be something.
Okay, so let's finish our discussion with my last and maybe most interesting question about the traders. So, can you recommend whatever you think that it's a proper? Can you recommend some AI tools which will help traders to be better traders, or to be more, let's say, to have better risk management, to have better performance, to be profitable eventually? Whatever you think that it's okay as a AI tool, maybe what you're doing or whatever else you think it's proper.
Yeah, I guess it will depends on the traders as well. So if you see the full perspective from forex, futures, stocks, there is a lot of AI trying to be implemented. So for example, I love FinChat. FinChat is just great for stocks. There is a lot of things in terms of getting the data very fast for financial statements.
How this help the traders?
Well, at the end, if you're a stock trader, more like swim and core trader, you need to see the fundamentals most of the time, not just the technicals. So with FinChat, you can get all those fundamentals very easily and also get like cross reference with news. So it's a very good tool for the traders to see a full picture of what is happening in the market. And this is about mainly stocks. But if we go to traders, retail traders, I love, and maybe my people from my team is gonna hate me if I say this, but I love my competence. I'm
Oh, it's good. So you know what's going on. So you have a target.
Yes. So the first that do it very good was, well, TradingView in terms of backtesting, but not TradingView is the competence, it's TradeZilla, because they build a backtesting really good. So the traders at the end need to see how to do a better backtesting, and also implement it as a forward testing. That is something that I love to talk about, because you understand your own behavior, and once you test your strategy in the past, then you are able to see, and this is where Swiset comes up, the Monte Carlo simulation, because you know what you have to be doing. Then you start to applying, and then you start seeing if those actions that you did was good enough, or if you need to keep like switching and doing this kind of A/B testing. People think that A/B testing is just for marketing, but it's not. A/B testing is for life, and especially for trading. A/B testing should be one of the best things that human beings have encountered, because it's the same with the strategies. Sometimes you think that the best stop loss that you can do is like a fixed one, or the best stop loss that you can do is like moving the stop loss like from pivot to pivot. At the end, you don't know. And even though if you try to know, but just looking at the market, you won't find a way to understand it. The best way to do it is just trade it. Trade it as many times as you want and as you can for 2-3 months, and then see what the data tell you. And I guess that's the best way to move forward in terms of trading and getting better in the performance. Do the A/B testing in your trades, in your assets, in your strategies, and realize what the AI is telling you. It's telling you that, hey, Andrew, don't trade more gold. I told you Fridays is the worst
You're
day.
telling me this several times. From where you know that I'm trading gold?
I don't know. I just did you?
Yes.
Okay. No, but just kidding. But could be, for example, in my case, I remember when I used to trade Euro GBP, I love doing longs and shorts like the same time. And the AI told me, hey, stop doing longs. You're just good at shorts. Why we want to be and must be better or good at buying and selling. You could be good just as doing shorts and just selling, and that's fine as long as you got a good like math and an advantage. That's fair enough, and I think that's the key sweet spots where AI can help you understand, especially what to do and what not.
And what about AI in crypto? I mean, again, discussing the trading because you are pushing me about the gold, okay? Also, you mentioned about the stock trading, about the forex. It's the liquidity there is totally different comparing with the crypto. So I guess the same AI for the traditional, let's say, finance, it's not really working in the same way for the crypto market. Or what is your opinion?
No, yeah, I completely agree. I guess crypto AI and I seen a couple of examples, but I don't remember the name. They see the full chain, and at the anything where the traders needs to be understanding.
They warn all the data around.
Yes, and at the end is the volume. It's just how the economics works. Like buys and sellers all the time. And in crypto is the same. It's just looking at the volatility, the volume, and what is happening on chain. So those kind of analyses on chain are the ones that we have to be start looking at it. Otherwise, it's hard, especially because of the whales. Like sometimes they just get in and moves the market, and you didn't know. So expose those kind of whales and understanding with AI. What are they gonna do next? Or for example, I don't know, with meme coins in the past, they used to be a kind of pattern which inflows and outflows were going from one meme to another depending on the characteristics. So understanding those patterns will be very important as well.
Thank you for this. Never mind that initially we were planning to be four. We are two, but I hope it was interesting. For me, it was interesting. Thank you for sharing
Thank you.
all the information. Maybe because Andre, we are the same name, so that's why we just accept Andre here at the panel. Thank you for your time. Thank you
Thanks
for
to you
being
as well.
so open. If you want to say something as a final of our conversation, will be great. And to wish all our audience a really good evening and final experience in the
Great. Well, thank you as well for such a nice questions and yeah. I guess the first thing will be try to keep applying AI for your lives. That will be the first thing. We really need it, and it's gonna help us a lot as human beings. Second thing would be if you are a Twitter trying to be a Twitter, algorithms are better than us. They don't have emotions. We see the market today. We saw the market yesterday moving 8%. We don't know what to do, but math does, logic does. So we need to be there. Otherwise, they're gonna keep winning at us, and Wall Street will keep winning. We need to be as savvy in tech as them. Otherwise, our emotions will like drive us crazy. And the last thing I guess will be, I don't know if someone has a question before we end.
For sure, yeah. We have some time, so if anybody have any question or after the panel, feel free to catch Andreas and to shoot him with a lot of questions. Yes, please.
Andres, oh, can you hear me? There we go. You were talking about AI tools and also tools to make better reports, such as Lovable and also used for automation and such. I'm curious to know if there are any other tools more on the content creation side that you have had experience with or know about? I own a marketing agency in the broker industry, so I'm very curious about AI tools for content creation specifically.
There are a few, but I'm really bad at names, to be honest. So I let my marketing team work with those. But something that maybe I can recall is the search and research process. You know, ChatGPT just released that research, like deep understanding. So to the go-to market and open like new markets is very good, because you can even like ask you about direct papers and direct reports and understanding like the real content for that. So I guess that's one of the things that we have done. And we also have been implementing some like audio AI, but we are just in the middle of it. So if you ask me in 2 weeks, I will show you what we have done with AI and content creation, but not yet.
So you can share your contacts, huh?
Yes.
Once again, thank you for your time. Thank you for answering all these questions, and wish you really a good evening.
Thank you. Good evening too.